Hello everyone, we're Hoop, and our aim is to streamline the menopause transition. 50% of the world population are women, and 100% of them are going to go through menopause. This means all of the women in the crowd today have gone through or are going to go through the menopause transition. For 98% of you, you will experience menopause symptoms. And for almost 80% of you, menopause will likely interfere with your day-to-day life. In a survey we have done for 450 women, we understood that around 50% would want to know sooner and understand their menopause symptoms. Would you? This led us to invent our vision, finding a way to early diagnose menopausal women and giving them the right care at the right time. So what is menopause? The clinical definition of menopause is a period in time 12 months after a woman's final period. But actually, menopause is not a period in time. Menopause is a transition. It starts in a phase called perimenopause that can start as early as 35 and could last up to 10 years. During this time, each woman undergoes this transition differently. And this is part of their opportunity and the challenge.
So let's talk some numbers. The global market for menopause today is estimated by more than $14 billion, and there are currently 700 million women in the world that are going through menopause. This number is about to grow big by 2030 to 1 billion women. At the US alone, there are 42 million women at the ages of 35 to 55. 6,000 women, yes, 6,000 women go to menopause each day. And there are 23,000 OBGYNs, while only 1,300 are experts in menopause. Although the market is huge, only 5% of femtech startups address menopause.
After speaking to hundreds of women and dozens of physicians, we understood that the problem we want to tackle is the fact that today there's a huge shortage in menopause experts around the world, and also a lack of research in the subject. Diagnosis today is done on a subjective basis alone and only on symptoms, and treatment is based mainly on trial and error. This causes a very high percentage of misdiagnosis and decreased quality of life for women during this phase. So what is our solution? Our solution is starting from when a woman fills out an expert-based questionnaire, which the data is then calculated and transferred into the physician's EMR. The physician will then get a menopause score for any woman above 35, and he will be able to give treatment. After treatment is given, each woman will be given by the physician our Hoop hormone tracker to keep monitoring her condition and change of treatment. Today, up to 50% of initial treatment are changed after the initial treatment is given.
In the last couple of months, our team have been working on a new concept to transfer today's urine and saliva test for hormones from the lab to the patient's home. We have also designed an initial concept for the POC of the device, as you can see here on the screen. Our roadmap for the solution starts with an expert-based questionnaire that will be in an app for the woman and will end up with personalized treatment given by the physician. Along the way, we'll collect data and become the world's first and biggest menopause database. We are going to save providers workload and time. We are going to help payers reduce cost of misdiagnosis, and most importantly, help women get their lives back.
Regulation-wise, we're looking at the first product only at HIPAA compliance and Chapter 11 in the FDA. For IP opportunities, we see two big IP opportunities and phases. The first one in our hormone detection kit, using new innovative chemical ways, transforming lab tests currently done in labs into the home setting. And the second one will be finding a new biomarker for perimenopause.
As for reimbursement, we are aiming to use the remote patient monitoring code that can yield more than $1,800 per woman per year for the clinic. And for our business model, we are going to penetrate the market with a free software, move on to a software as a service annual subscription for the clinics, and end up with the consumables for the hormone tracker.
Our next few milestones for the next couple of months is first to finish our provisional patent application and then starting a clinical trial in Israel with an OBGYN office, bringing us to a point where we can start our first pilot in the US market.
This is our multidisciplinary team that we believe can execute the mission, consists of engineers, entrepreneurs, and clinicians. And these are our dear mentors that guide us along this year. We want to take this opportunity to thank them for helping us and bringing us here.
We're looking for pre-seed funding to start our journey and physicians that will be interested to join the ride. And thank you for listening.
Good evening, everyone.